Hello and welcome to another video from Myles Touch Toys Games Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 2006 release by Scifi Collector from their Torchwood series of action figures. And this particular one we're looking at today is of none other than Gwen Cooper. Now, Torchwood was basically a spin-off from Doctor Who, and if you rearrange the words of Torchwood, you actually read Doctor Who. And it was, the word was designed as a red herring for the media that was watching what was being made in Cardiff, so no one would know it was Doctor Who at the time. The Torchwood ran for 4 seasons. There was a total of 41 episodes, and they ran for between 45 and 60 minutes. 4 separate seasons, with the final season being made in the USA and was a co-production with Stars Entertainment. And as you know, it starred John Barrymore as Captain Jack Harkness and Eve Myles as Gwen Cooper. Okay, so this is the action figure in front of us, and this particular one is of Gwen Cooper. And at the very top, it's got first wave, it's got Torchwood, Poseable Action Figures, ages 5 and above, and it's got highly detailed 5-inch figure. And it says fully detachable collectors display plinth. And at the bottom, you've got an image of Eve Myles as Gwen Cooper. And it says www.scificollector.co.uk. And on the bottom right hand side, it says Gwen. Okay, so that is the front of the card. And before we have a good look at the figure itself, let's turn the card around and see what we've got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the card around, this is what we've got on the back. So the very top corner again, it's got www.scificollector.co.uk, and it reads Torchwood. First wave available now. Torchwood Cardiff, Captain Jack Harkness. Torchwood Cardiff, Gwen Cooper. Obviously, that's this one. Torchwood Cardiff, Cyberwoman, aka Lisa Hallett. And Torchwood Cardiff, the Weevil. And the second wave coming soon. The second wave, you have Blowfish, Yanto Jones, Toshika Sato and Captain John Hart. And at the bottom you've got the Torchwood logo. It's got Made in China, BBC TV, 0 to 3 years and the CE markings. And it says manufactured by Scifi Collector Co.uk, division of Premier Philatech Company Limited, the Collector Centre, 79 Strands, London, WC2 RODE, and the telephone number's there. And it says warning contains small parts, and you've got the copyright information at the bottom on the white sticker. Okay, that's the back of the card. Let's turn it back around to the front and let's have a good look at Gwen herself. Okay, so I've zoomed right in on Gwen. Now, obviously, because it's still sealed on the packaging, I can't take her off without destroying the packaging, so we're just going to have to look at her through the packet. But I just wanted to have a look at her facial features, because for me, this is where the figures either make or break. So overall, yep, the hair's right. The eyes almost there. The nose I don't think is quite right. Eyebrows are probably not quite right either. The mouth is maybe not quite right. The cheeks, it's not overly fantastic likeness of Eve Myles as Gwen Cooper. And I would just show you, if I can get the 2 images in at the same time there. There we are. So there you can see an image of Eve Myles on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and there the facial features of the action figure. So it's overall it's not that bad, but it's not the greatest of images, I would say, or greatest of sculpting, I would say. I think she's a far more attractive woman than what the actual figure gives her credit for. So but it's a shame really, because the sculpting for me is what actually makes the figure. But let's go back to the figure itself, and there we are. So otherwise, I mean, it's nicely done. The hair, as I say, the hair is just about right, and the clothing obviously spot on. Leather jacket, red shirt underneath, absolutely spot on, along with her shirt just below the jacket, black trousers all the way down to her shoes, black shoes, and of course she's packing her pistol in her hand. which she carried quite a lot in the TV series. Now, the figure stands 5 inches tall, according to the card. So let's get a measuring stick up and measure. So let's first of all go in inches, and yep, spot on 5 inches. Although when I say spot on 5 inches, that is measuring from the bottom of the stand rather than from the, oh no, I beg your pardon, that's 6 inches. So from the bottom of the stand, from the bottom of her foot, we're looking at about 5.5 inches. So it is over, she is over 5 inches tall. 5.5 inches is where she stands, or 14 centimeters. And then you've got another centimeter of the display stand, or ½ inch. Width wise, yeah, about 5 centimeters wide, and depth wise we're looking at about 3 centimeters deep. Now there's a nice display stand there with the Torchwood logo, of which she's standing on there, and you can see the round markings which actually spell out the letter T. So nice stand, nice boots there, and trousers as she wore. Again, the red shirt, the leather jacket, which is all very, very good. And then up to her face again. As I say, I am slightly disappointed with the facial features, with the sculpting of the facial features, but other than that, it's an excellent figure. Articulation wise, now that's a good question. So let's zoom back and have a look at the articulation. So we can see there's articulation on the shoulder, and on the head. But actually, you know, I'm not sure there is articulation on the head. I don't think. No, there is. So you've got the head movement. So you've got the elbow joints, and you've got the top of the arms. You've got the waist, you can see there, the knee joints, and the tops of the legs. No feet movements, no hand movements. So you've got 2 points of articulations on each arm and each leg. You've got the waist and you've got the head. So 2, 4, 6, 8 points of articulation in all, which is a little bit disappointing for this size of figure. I would have expected to have a bit more articulation on these, but I mean, bear in mind we're going back 18 years ago when these were produced, and obviously technology has moved on massively since then. Is it really 18 years since these were? Well, there we are, time flies. I still remember when Torchwood first aired back in 2006, I think it was, the very first episode of Torchwood, and it ran from, yeah, it was 22nd of October 2006, and it ran until Jan 2007. Season 2 was 2008, January 2008 to April 2008. Season 3 was July 2009 to September, and season 4 was July to September 2011. So there we go. That was the 4 seasons. But anyway, diversed again. I need to get back on track here. So how well did these figures do back in the day? Well, Torchwood was a fairly popular series, but it was for adults because of the content. There was a lot of blood, guts and gore and killing in Torchwood, so it was more for adults rather than for children. Interesting that the figures weren't picked up to be produced by the likes of Hasbro or Playmates or Character, who was doing the Doctor Who figures. So it's interesting that none of them want, or they all declined to do these, which I don't know. I really don't know the reasons why. Probably because they're more geared for the younger audience rather than the adult audience. I'm assuming that's the case. I really don't know for sure. But that's quite interesting. So yeah, they've done okay. They done. I don't know the quantities that were produced again, but I believe there was a fair amount produced. But as I say, I really don't think they sold as well as what was expected to sell, and consequently, moving forward 18 years, there's still quite a lot of these figures appear on the platforms. So if you are looking for Torchwood figures, you can find quite a few of them on the platforms, although you find it's more the popular figure, or the common figure, that appears quite regularly, like the Weevils. You don't see Gwen Cooper very often at all, because I think she was one of the lower volume figures that was produced. You see quite a few of Captain Jack Harkness, and the other one that you don't see very often is also the Cyberwoman from this first wave. But the rest of them do appear fairly regularly on the platforms. Or alternatively, we at Myles Touch managed to find a whole case of these figures, and again that was from a shop that was closing down, and we had the opportunity to go and buy all their stock out, and we found a case of these figures in their warehouse, and we have all of those figures currently available to purchase on the Myles Touch website, together this one, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Torchwood items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that, there's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful action figure with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.